Hello and welcome to the Cretaceous Campcast. I am Cretaceous Dave, and this is a podcast all about Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous and Jurassic World Chaos Theory. Before I get into anything, I want to say this is episode number 25 of the Campcast. So thank you everyone if you've been here for one episode or for 25 episodes. Thank you so much for watching and listening. I couldn't do it without you. You're the reason I keep on going. Even if there's just one person out there who will listen to an episode, it's motivation enough for me to keep going, knowing that there are people out there interested in what I have to say about these great Jurassic animated shows. And with that said, the topic for today's 25th episode is trailer. No, there is not any new information about a trailer. We did not get a trailer. There is no release date for a trailer. We know nothing about a trailer. So why is this episode about a trailer? Well, I'll tell you why. I was in an incredibly boring meeting at work and my mind started wandering to the Chaos Theory trailer. And then that got me thinking, if I were in charge of the trailer, what would I do? So I decided I'm going to come, sit down, record an episode about if I made the trailer, what the trailer would be like. And on the topic of the trailer, this is a reminder that we have an ongoing contest across all social media where if you reply with when you think the trailer is going to drop, please be as specific as possible with the date, like April 11th, April 28th, something like that. Don't just say mid-April, please. The person that gets it correct, or the person that gets it closest, if no one is correct, wins a personalized cameo video from Paul McHale-Williams. You can find that across all of our social channels, on Twitter at JP_Campcast, on Threads, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok at Cretaceous Campcast. Now, with that said, let's get into my idea for a trailer. Let's say at the end, who knows, when the trailer comes out, let's see how way wrong I am and how off the mark I am and why I don't work in marketing and trailer creation. But in my trailer, we open with a flashback to 2018. I don't want to reuse Camp Cretaceous clips, but I want to redo it in the new Chaos Theory animation style. We saw from the teaser that the animation is updated a little bit, looks a little bit nicer, a little cleaner, a little better lighting. So let's update to the new animation style, but it's set in 2018. It could be right after the epilogue we saw at the end of Camp Cretaceous. Maybe something like Darius talking about dinosaurs in the wild. He's on, say, a video call with Ben. And because Ben isn't there on the mainland, he's on Manticore Island. He's like, Ben, you'll never guess what just happened. I just saw a Brachiosaurus outside my bedroom window. And, Ben will be like, what are you talking about? And then it can shift to a bunch of news clips about dinosaurs on the mainland, kind of like we saw in Dominion. Not about dinosaurs on the mainland, but it would be about the Lockwood incident. And then if we fast forward a couple of years to when this show is taking place, then maybe there would be news clips of dinosaurs out there, similar to Dominion. I don't know. I didn't really think this through. I wrote a couple notes down, but for the most part, I'm making this up as I go along. This is, again, my thoughts on if I were making the Chaos Theory trailer, what it would be. So after we get to the flashback, we get straight into the trailer. The very first scene of the trailer is the scene with Darius in his truck from the teaser, but it's an extended version of that scene. When we see him get out of the truck, we pan the camera and he sees a big dinosaur. Now, is that a sauropod or is it a big theropod? I'm not sure, but it's going to be that scene, and it's the dinosaur that he was chasing after. I personally think it's a sauropod. I think people, when they broke down the teaser, saw some sauropod footprints. Is that Brachiosaurus? Not the same Brachiosaurus, most likely. The show has taken place, probably a couple years later based on Darius's appearance. But, it's a good guess. It could be the Brachiosaurus, it could be a Patasaurus. We know there are Patasaurus out there. And, I think that would be really cool. Then following that, we're going to get, a bunch of different clips of the show, things that are a couple seconds at a time, like most trailers do. And then you have a voiceover, and the voiceover is going to be Darius talking. And everything he says is going to kind of give us an idea of what the show is going to be about. It's going to be sort of the plot points, setting up things that are going to happen. It's going to clue us in onto what we can expect from the show without really giving anything away. And I think that would be a really cool way of, kind of laying the groundwork for the series. And the clips, there'll be some dinosaurs, there'll be some of him, some action scenes with him, but it's not going to be much more other than him and probably dinosaurs that we already know and have been established. Then the next thing I would cut to would be a clip of a brand new character. And in my head, I went back to that casting a couple years ago for the female character that had one arm because of an animal accident. I'm using air quotes. You can't see because there's no video on YouTube this time. And I'm using air quotes for animal. And assuming that is going to be a character in this show, I think the trailer would be a good way to introduce her. And we can see her maybe having a conversation with Darius, maybe getting an idea of who she is, what she's up to, who she works with, etc. Now, throughout the trailer, I would want at least 3 dinosaurs. So I don't really know specifically what dinosaurs, but one of them would definitely be the Battle at Big Rock Allosaurus. We have no confirmation, so this isn't a spoiler, this isn't anything like that. It's just my thoughts based on things we've seen, things we know, geographic location of where Darius is relative to the story and the time. We don't know the exact year this show is taking place, but we kind of have an idea that it's maybe around 2020. Battle at Big Rock came out in 2019. So let's just say the Battle of Big Rock Allosaurus is in the show. I would definitely show that. And then a couple of other species that are in the show. We've already seen a big sauropod earlier in the trailer from what I said before. So at least one other one. And I wouldn't want to ruin any big surprises. I wouldn't consider Bumpy a big surprise. If Bumpy's going to be in the show, I'm okay showing Bumpy, and keep it to species we know that are out there that escaped from Lockwood if we were going to show anything else. But I wouldn't want to show anything causing a lot of chaos and damage. Not for this trailer. Just kind of show clips of dinosaurs, clips of Darius doing things, clips of this new character doing things. You can also introduce one returning character other than Darius. The video call with Ben doesn't count. So if it is Ben, then show Ben. It could be something like Kenji, since Darius and Kenji were living together last we saw them. I don't really know how any of the other characters would fit into my trailer the way I'm laying it out. So I would show either Ben or Kenji in addition to Darius as these various clips are going on. One other thing I would show before we get to the end of the trailer is a new human antagonist. It could be Dodson. I don't want it to be, though. It could be Daniel Kahn. I highly doubt they're going there. I want a brand new human antagonist. Someone probably like a poacher. Some just bad dude. And he's the reason Darius is doing what he's doing. He's trying to track down, okay, who's this person that's stealing all these dinosaurs? Or who's responsible for letting dinosaurs out of, these safe captive areas that they might have them in or whatnot. He gets word of something bad going on, and we're going to see a shot of this guy. We're going to have no idea who he is, but there's this shot of this character, and you could just tell by looking at them that they're a bad person. Kind of like when you look at Rain Delacourt and you're like, he's got a snake tattoo on his face. He's most likely a bad guy. So I'm not saying this character is Rain Delacourt. I'm saying just by the looking at him, you kind of get those vibes that, yeah, that's probably not a good person. And finally, for the closing shot of the trailer, I want a big surprise that's going to leave everyone saying, when does this show come out? When can we watch it? I want more. And for me, it's not really a surprise based on things I've been thinking and, connections I've been trying to put together over the months based on things people have said. But I still think it would be a good surprise. And the final shot would be you hear a voice. It's just black or there are trees or something. You hear a voice, and then Sayona Santos turns around and she's standing with the Trosiraptors. Doesn't have to be all 4, but she's standing there with the Trosiraptors. And I think that would be a great way to just cut right there. End of the trailer. And it sets up that, okay, we're getting an origin story for this character and her animals. And, you know, it's a great, great tie-in to Dominion, which is where I really think this show is going, where I hope this show is going, that it's going to give us, you know, lots of dinosaurs on the mainland, but a really, really good story to bridge the gap between the two films. And, you know, like I said, it may not be a surprise to people that have been paying attention, but, you know, I think it would be a great way to end the trailer. That's how I would end my trailer. You know, other surprises could be, you know, Brooklyn getting kidnapped or something involving Wu. I would put a surprise. I'm putting a surprise at the end of my trailer. So I don't know. Let me know in comments what you guys think about my trailer. If I was making a Chaos Theory trailer, go over it real quick with you again. It's going to open with a flashback. We're back to 2018, and Darius is talking to Ben about there are dinosaurs. Maybe we'll see some news clips. Then after that, we get the truck scene from the teaser with Darius, but it's the extended version of that, where after he gets out of the truck, the camera pans, oh, excuse me, and then we see a really big dinosaur. I'm thinking sauropod, but it could be a big carnivore, the Allosaurus that we see later, one of the Carnotaurus that got out. I don't know, but I'm leaning towards a sauropod for my trailer here. And then after that, just a whole bunch of clips with the Darius voiceover kind of breaking down what this show is going to be all about. We would get introduced to a brand new character. My thought is that girl that's missing an arm that we heard about 2 years ago. If that is indeed a character in the show, I'm kind of hoping it is. It sounds like she could have a really, really interesting story. At least 3 dinosaurs, including the battle at Big Rock Allosaurus. If you want to include the sauropod from earlier, okay, that leaves 1 more. But I think we might see more than that in my trailer. But I'm putting at least 3. It depends on what all these clips are that are going through when Darius is speaking. Then we'll see a brand new antagonist, someone who's just a bad dude, probably a poacher or something like that, kind of like a Rain Delacourt type figure. And then finally, the trailer's going to end with a big surprise. And my surprise in my version of the trailer is Sayona Santos with the Atrociraptors. So, again, let me know what you think. Is my trailer dumb? Is it something you would want to see in the Chaos Theory trailer? Let's wait a couple weeks, months, however long till we see the trailer and see how way off I am on this. Next week, you can look for another community Q&A. I've got a couple more of those lined up, but I wanted to break things up and not do back-to-back community Q&As. So I've got this going on, and this was just a fun idea I had while I was, like I said, in a boring meeting at work. I haven't had the time to record an episode since, last week. I tried 5 times over the course of 3 nights to record an episode, and my daughter kept waking up and screaming and crying, and she's been having a hard time sleeping. So all of my usual times for recording were occupied with getting my daughter back to sleep. And by the time that happened, I was just so dead, I wasn't able to come down to the basement and record anything. So I figured I would take this opportunity, take a few minutes out, and record this fun little idea I had. So I hope you enjoyed. So take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay Jurassic, and have yourselves a great day. So long.